Hi, I'm Carrie Mulhern, co-founder of Brava Diagnostics. We're developing a next-generation test for heart attack for emergency departments. It's a high-sensitivity troponin test. Here's a patient with chest pain. He goes to the hospital. As a matter of protocol, he immediately gets a history and physical, an EKG, and a blood is drawn for a troponin test. Troponin is a protein that's released from dead heart muscle cells and is part of the professional guidelines. If the EKG is positive, that means there's a total blockage, and that's really bad. He'll be taken to the cath lab right away to unblock that artery. EKG negative patients need further workup to determine whether to admit or discharge the patient. High sensitivity troponin tests provide faster rule in and rule out for these patients. There are 8 million visits to the emergency departments in the United States each year. 87% of patients with chest pain do not have a heart attack. 4.2 million patients, or 53%, are admitted and don't ultimately get a diagnosis of heart attack. So there's a big problem with excess admission and cost, as well as a high level of dissatisfaction by patients and their families. This graph illustrates a potential future state for admissions and discharges. A big clinical trial called Historic enrolled over 31,000 patients and concluded that implementing high-sensitivity troponin improves patient satisfaction, reduces admissions, and reduces costs. The estimated savings in the United States are about $7 billion a year. So where does Brava fit in? The care team needs speed, simplicity, sensitivity, and precision. The core lab offers good performance, but it usually takes 60 to 90 minutes to deliver a stat result. Brava will deliver the full package, lab quality performance with results in 15 minutes in a simple point-of-care system. We could be among the first point-of-care systems to meet the guidelines. The guidelines specify performance for sensitivity, how low can you measure, and precision of less than 10% at the cutoff. The high sensitivity assays are state-of-the-art in the central lab. The contemporary assays will be replaced. The point-of-care assays don't come close to meeting the performance guidelines, but speed is important to the emergency department physicians. Point-of-care testing is about a third of the troponin testing in a $1.1 billion worldwide market. Our feasibility data suggests it will land about here. Brava's instrument will be less than $5,000, results will be available in 15 minutes, and the test procedure is simple, and you can run multiple testing controls in one cartridge. That's a winning combination. The technology is protected with 10 issued patents so far, with additional applications in prosecution worldwide. Our seed round is $4.5 million. Use of funds is for product development, and the subsequent A round will fund clinical trials, development of 3-plex cardiac panel, and regulatory submissions. This shows key milestones in spending. 2020 will focus on product development. We'll start clinical trials for the high-sensitivity troponin test here, as well as assay development for the 3-plex cardiac panel. We expect both products to be FDA cleared and CE marked by the end of 2022, with $19 million in cumulative spending. Exit via sale to a large diagnostics company is likely in 2022. These are the likely acquirers who offer acute care diagnostics. We've talked to all of them and they've expressed high interest. They all want a point-of-care high-sensitivity troponin test for their portfolio. Commercialization will start in the US and Europe, which account for 75% of the market, with stage launches worldwide. The sales force will call on health systems and individual hospitals. Marketing tactics include publications, print and digital lead generation tactics, and educational programs. Co-founders are accomplished veterans of the diagnostics industry. All three of us have worked in startups and large companies. Byron's a 4-time CEO. Dave is a product development rock star as well as a business leader. And my expertise is in strategic marketing and commercialization. So the market need is well defined. The point-of-care market for cardiac markers will exceed $800 million by 2025. Our technology is proven, which de-risks the project for investors. Clinical development, regulatory strategy are under control. We have a world-class scientific advisory board and a highly accomplished executive team. We expect to sell to one of the big diagnostics companies within 4 years. Thanks for listening. Please contact us to learn more.